Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and I want to do a follow-up on my last video. So it feels like forever since I've done a video featuring some SimGuru Q&A, but today is the day that I finally get to do it again. There's not a ton of it, but definitely some interesting things. But before we get into that, I actually want to spotlight a comment on my previous video. This comes from TC17. I just realized one of the free updates might be astrology because now people use astrology and tarot cards together. And yeah, I think you may be onto something there. This would be a really good time to bring astrology back into The Sims. Though I hope they do a decent job of it this time because it was pretty tied into the personalities for The Sims 1 and The Sims 2 when you make your Sims. But then when they changed it over to the trace system in The Sims 3 and they eventually brought astrology back, then it just didn't feel like it made much of a difference at all in my game. So hopefully with The Sims 4 they can give astrology more purpose. Perhaps the one way they could do this is by updating the turn-ons and turn-off system in Lovestruck to have a section focused on astrology and star signs. But like what that comment was getting at, astrology could tie in pretty well into tarot card reading, which could end up being a feature in the near future. So we have some possible hints about that from the SimGurus. There's a chance it could be in the Life and Death expansion pack, but I think they could do a stuff pack about it as well, because maybe a stuff pack is a surprise in this quarter since they're heavily implying that there is more than what they revealed. SimGuru Nova says, dying to share more with you all about this. And Chrissy says, oh, did you work on it? I swear this roadmap was made for me. My witchy, tarot-loving butt is obsessed. And Nova says, I did indeed. But then Ninja chimes in saying, I heard that Nova worked really hard to make something you're going to like. Let's keep that between us. Taking the context of this thread with Chrissy saying that she loves tarot, it sounds like Ninja is implying that there is going to be a gameplay feature surrounding that. So that would be cool. And then it's not just some really nice roadmap presentation thing. Following up on my guesses in my previous video about which cards on the roadmap related to which major arcana, it appears I was pretty much right about all of it. SimGuru Bat replied to this thread by Manowitch, who actually had the same guesses as me, with the star connecting to the kits, the devil connecting to the Reaper event, Death connecting to the Life and Death expansion, and the world connecting to the free updates. But turns out for the event, my second guess, being Judgment, was the correct one, as SimGuru Bat confirms here. And then Bat says something else interesting. Totally okay, you'll love the rest of them. As in, there's more than one mystery tarot card? There is one card they left unrevealed in the roadmap, which I already speculated to be the Fool, which could kind of make sense going into the new year, but more than one. I feel like the purpose of that would be to make them for the game, and hopefully as gameplay and not just decor. I think there's also a decent possibility of a tarot card deck using all this art being sold in the merch shop. I mean, they sold jewelry when Crystal Creations came out, so I think there is a good chance that we could have a similar sort of promo for this upcoming Life and Death pack, or maybe a surprise pack later on. Another interesting thing Nova said, I've written so much text for this pack, I think my keyboard's about to burst into flames. And SimGuru Connor replies, hey, good, he still works at Maxis. He's one of my favorite SimGurus, as well as Nova. Was it our feature to blame? And Nova says, yup. So what is this feature? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. What sort of feature would require that much text? It must be something lore related, right? It could be something related to the Grim Reaper, revealing a lot more about him, or maybe there's a lot of lore with whatever new world we get, because we most likely will get one. But bringing it back to tarot cards, maybe a lot of that text could be related to a new career revolving around tarot reading, and just like a lot of outcomes related to that, a bunch of different fortunes. I'm hoping that it would be an active or freelance career rather than a rabbit hole. I was really disappointed the career in Love Struck was just a rabbit hole. So for an expansion pack, I really think they should do something more active. However, I've not forgotten about my desire for a Grim Reaper freelance career. I think we're not going to get 2 careers in this expansion pack, even though we've gotten more than 1 career in an expansion pack before. But the sad reality is that these recent expansion packs are smaller. So I think we're only going to get either the Grim Reaper freelance career or tarot card or fortune teller sort of career in the same packs, and then the other will be saved for later. And if the Grim Reaper is going to be the face of this life and death expansion pack, then I think it actually is more likely we would be able to play as a Reaper in a career than tarot reading, unless they just scrap the idea entirely of being able to play as a Reaper. Then I could imagine a fortune-telling career being in life and death. But if we do get both of these career ideas one way or the other, I hope both of them are either considered active or freelance careers, because I think there's way more potential for them in that than them just being a rabbit hole and just seeing your Sims vanish into thin air for a while. Especially with a Reaper career, not only just seeing the Sims die before you reap them, but also just seeing where the Grim Reaper comes from. Just think the realm of magic, but better, and surrounding the Grim Reaper. I just think that could be so cool, especially if they one-upped the magic realm, and eventually, once you get high enough in the career, you could live in that world full time. Like at that point, you would have gained so much favor with the Grim Reaper that he thinks you're cool enough that you should be granted the privilege of being able to live in this Reaper realm. It could potentially be a really interesting spin on occult gameplay that we haven't had in the Sims franchise before, instead of it being just yet another familiar occult that we've had before. And especially like fairies, where they'd probably just be so similar to spellcasters anyway. There may be a chance that existing occults could get some kind of new gameplay with the upcoming expansion pack. So SimGuruBad says, they're super cool though, even if SimGuru Ninja is a werewolf lover and not a cool vampire like me. And Goku Brainrot says, wait, as a fellow vampire lover, does this mean there's going to be something for us? And SimGuruBad says, who knows? That's almost feels like when some SimGurus use a winking emoji, which is basically confirming something. So that's cool. I love me some occult gameplay, especially when it integrates with other packs too. But that's it for now, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!